Shalom. Welcome back to another episode of Bible Secrets Revealed. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, praises, and honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I want to say double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you brothers that's pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. This is going to be just a quick article dealing with what's going on with women fleeing Venezuela. All right, it says desperate woman fleeing Venezuela sell hair, breast milk, sex to get by. Okay. Now, people hear and see this going on in third world countries, other places around the earth. Do not realize this can happen in Europe. This can happen in the good old US of A. All right, because times are truly going to get rough out here. All right. These things are going to happen. Okay. So let me read some of this article. This is on Fox News. It says Cucuta, Colombia. Although the sun has barely risen, this border city with Venezuela is already bursting with chaos. Thousands upon thousands of Venezuelans pour into Colombia over the crowd cross-country bridge, their faces gaunt, carrying little more than a backpack. Rail-thin women cradle their tiny babies and beg along the trash-strewn gutters. All right, and just imagine this, man. This is going to happen in these end days, man. When shit shut down in these supermarkets, don't have food on the shelves, right? Unemployment is at 80%, okay? Martial law is declared, right? When everything stops in society, man, but you still need the basics of food, water, and shelter, you're going to see this, all right? It says, rail-thin women cradle their tiny babies and beg along the trash-strewn gutters. Teens hawk everything from cigarettes to sweets and water for small change, right? People are going to try to hustle any and everything, man, because times are going to be that hard. It says the young and old and the disabled cluster around the lone Western Union office recently established to deal with the Venezuelan influx, in hopes of receiving or sending a few dollars to send home. Right. So these people are going to neighboring countries with better economies to get a little bit of money to send it back into Venezuela. All right. People think this is impossible and could not happen in Canada, could not happen in America. This money is going to fail. The government is not going to be around to protect you. And if you don't have the Most High with you, man, you're going to be ass out. Right? Let me get a quick scripture. This is going to be, this is the book of 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And part of that pride is not realizing where this place is being headed. You see all these women in this picture? Sitting there, probably proud, got idols all in the houses they used to have. Pictures of Serapis Christi, all right, the white Jesus, Caesar Borgia, the white Jesus, all right, proud, man, and judgment is coming. It says a few dollars to send home without passports to work or work permits to Venezuelans, many with university degrees or decent jobs in what was once the wealthiest nation in Latin America, are now resorting to whatever it takes to survive. Right? Hey, every civilization, every kingdom, every state, so to speak, can fail and will fail. They don't call the Lord the King of Kings for nothing. All right? He's coming back to conquer and take down these nations. And when he comes back, guess what? These nations are going to be literally and figuratively already on fire, meaning catching hell. It says, hair, looking for hair. An older man carouses through the crowd, turning to a group of women clutching their small children. Another man nearby holds a sign, "We buy hair." More and more girls and women are turning to the cut and to the cut to make ends meet and feed their families for a few days. So you gotta sell the hair off your head, man, just to eat for a few days. Imagine that. And you fucking nigga woman probably in this country, man, are buying this damn hair. But soon, you're going to be forced to be who you really are. All right. Women sell their locks to local wig makers in Colombia for around $10 to $30, depending on length and quality. Other women sell their bodies. Man, girls as young as 14 line the Cucuta streets available for hire, earning around $7 per service. Wow, man. That's an all-time, man, $7. That's crazy. Due to brutal economic situation in Venezuela, they come to Colombia looking for a job or at least for shelter and basic care. But they usually end up selling candles or coffee at traffic lights, says Amy Roth, Sandrolini, chief of staff at the Exodus Road, U.S.-based organization devoted to fighting human trafficking globally, where they also become vulnerable to being recruited, become victims of human trafficking, man. So it's all through the spirit of judgment, man. Because a lot of these people on here are Israelites, hard-headed ass Israelites that are going literally through hell. And just because you Israelites here in America, man, you already poor, you already at the bottom. Hey, when these austerity measures kick in, when these welfare programs are cut, hey, you ain't gonna have nowhere to turn, man. That's why it behooves you Negroes, Latinos, and Hispanics, Salaki, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and also you Confucian of Faith, who hear this word and take heed, turn back to who you are. All right, turn back to your heritage of being an Israelite. All right, repenting, coming back to the faith of whom they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, actual name Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. Right? Let's get another scripture. I don't have anything prepared, but the scriptures say, "My servants shall eat." Right? Let's get that. Power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right? So the men of the Lord are going to be taken care in that time. All right? Being taken care of, right? Because of their faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. They really trust in him. So he, through the will and through having mercy, he's going to deliver us. Okay? With something those people in Venezuela are not experiencing right now, right? Go ahead, Slacky. Let me go back to the scriptures. Right. His servants shall eat. All right. But you see the the judgment that these people are facing. Okay. These people are going through actual hell right now. It says both men and women are exposed to sex trafficking along the route from Venezuela to Colombia. According to several walkers, some women chose prostitution as a means to make money and earn rides along the way. And some heterosexual men sell themselves on the gay market for little money. That's a desperate individual, man. A heterosexual man, a straight man, bending over, selling his ass for some fucking money. That means you don't have no hope left, man. You don't have anything to believe in. You doing that, man. But those are the times that's promised in the scriptures that are coming, man. That's why you have to gird up thy mind. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times, because this is going to be reality in the streets of America, in the streets of the UK, right? It says other women are manipulated or forced into giving pimp types their documents and identification cards and are subsequently drawn into prostitution rings. That particularly the case in border areas where many rebel and drug trafficking groups operate. Right? They come from a country they say now resembles a war zone. And just look at this, like they said earlier in the article, this is used to be one of the richest places in Latin America. But look what it's been reduced to. Believe it or not, like I said, it is coming, man. It is coming. Let's go back to the scriptures. Let's go to let's get 2nd Esdras, right? The 15th chapter. Let's see what I go. This is 15 and 15. It says, for the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. Right? No one gives a fuck about their neighbor in times like that, man. Everybody's going to be for self-preservation. All right? It says, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And you see that already happening in France with the Yellow Vest riots. They're turning over cars, busting out the windows in businesses, right? Fighting the police. Just imagine that, plus everything I just talked about in Colombia, Venezuela, coming together here in America, man. These things are coming down the pike. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. Okay? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for great tribulation. And these people are over here going through tribulation, man. Because of what? Lack of bread. All right? A failing currency. They using, I believe, I read something else. They were using a digital currency, Bitcoin, over there, just because their currency has no value, and people cannot see. They can't see this dollar going down, man. But the dollar is going down. All right. Let me read a little bit more of this. It says, inside Venezuela, healthcare has all but dissolved. Children are dying of malaria and hepatitis. They're breaking bones and burning their bodies, having been left unattended while their parents comb the streets for work and food. This is a sad state, man. This is actually, you have to imagine these events, man. This has already happened over there. Okay? Man, imagine this in America. Suicide rates have skyrocketed, even among children. Wow. Specific numbers are impossible to come by as government refuses to track or release accurate data. Yet Venezuelan children rights group CCODAP estimates there has been at least 18% rise in teens taking their own lives over the past years. There are next to no mental health services. So this is a prelude to what a failed society, a collapsed society looks like. Venezuela, man. And people keep thinking it cannot happen here, man. And I keep harping on that because, the ones in the know, the brothers and sisters that have faith, know through prophecy this thing is going to happen here. It is going to happen over here in Mystery Babylon, which must go down. All right? Esau, Edom's so-called white man kingdoms must go down and be destroyed. All right? Before they are physically destroyed, this turmoil has to happen inside these countries. All right, trade wars, civil wars, food wars, austerity measures. All right, riots, uproars of the people. All these things will take place. Okay, but that's going to be enough. This is a pretty good article, right? Hope this was edifying for some brothers. I want to say shalom the next time.